Hi, welcome to my totally legit Kpop news show. My name is Angelina, and yesterday I covered some of the accusations made towards Lucas from WayV. And I thought it was only appropriate to update you guys since we now have some more accusations as well as some company and artist statements. Basically, to summarize, Lucas's alleged ex-girlfriend came forward and expressed that Lucas had gaslit her and quote-unquote was a money leecher. She described her experience with him in detail, saying he expected her to buy him things like cigarettes and luxury brand items, and that he would also ghost her and say mean things to her. So the whole scandal basically revolved around the fact that Lucas was being accused of gaslighting and being a gold digger. Now, of course, fans ultimately tried to disprove the evidence she provided, as she posted photos and even a voice memo alongside her accusations. However, it was reported that more people have come forward. Starting with this post on Weibo where another alleged ex-girlfriend came forward. Starting off with, "I wasn't going to reveal this since we broke up on somewhat good terms. This incident didn't actually cause me any harm mentally or physically, so I was planning on treating him as one of the many passerbys in my life and just forget about him." However, it seems that she saw the previous post from the other day and noticed a similar experience and how the timing was in line with hers. Feeling betrayed, she decided to come forward so no one else would get manipulated. She also provided photo evidence of the things she bought for him, showing receipts and alleged screenshots of their chats. She describes meeting him as feeling like being the lucky lead in a drama, but she didn't realize she wasn't the only female lead. And she also expresses that if she had known that he had a girlfriend at the time, as the first accuser had suggested, she wouldn't have met up with him. But he had told her many times that he did not have a girlfriend. Going on to express some things that he had confided in her, with her explaining that she thought he was simply hardworking, but in retrospect, she felt quite manipulated by this. Also, in certain instances where she thought he was being considerate of her time, but now she understands he actually had someone else to see when he told her not to visit. She ends off by emphasizing that she repeatedly made sure that he did not have a girlfriend and believed that he just wanted love. However, she claims he used his celebrity status to manipulate people. She ends off by saying that her only goal is that she hopes people will learn and not get hurt like she did. So again, with these accusations, of course, we have photos of Lucas, screenshots of conversations, and so on. If you go look on Twitter, there are plenty of people seemingly trying to debunk certain details, showing typos, showing photoshopped pictures, and so on. It's important to note there's multiple accusations, so there's a lot of debunking going on. However, ultimately, with all these accusations, we did get a statement from both SM Entertainment and Lucas as well. I will point out that no accusation in particular is addressed, so it's unclear exactly which accusations are being apologized for. Like I mentioned before, there are multiple accusations, there are multiple people trying to debunk these accusations, so again, it's unclear which ones are actually being addressed within this, if there are multiple at all or if it's just one. And it's quite interesting because in my last video, I had indeed said that it might be unlikely that SM would even address this at all, especially since SM seemingly set a precedent with Chanyeol's situation where they said they have nothing to say. However, we have two statements to read as of this morning. First, SM Entertainment, who actually apologized. "We apologize for causing concern due to our artist Lucas's personal life." They go on to say that they recognize the seriousness of this matter and have decided to halt the release of all content for WayV's Lucas and Hendery's single that was actually scheduled to be released today. Lucas is deeply reflecting on having caused great pain and disappointment due to his wrong behavior, and the agency also feels responsible for our poor management of the artist. Ending off with, "We once again deeply apologize for causing concern to many people, including fans, with Lucas's personal matters." With this, Lucas himself also posted a handwritten letter apologizing. "I apologize to those who were hurt by my wrong behavior. If you give me a chance, I would like to personally convey my words of apology." He continues to say that he's sorry to fans who have given him lots of love and support. "While watching the situation during the past few days, I have looked back on my past behavior and sincerely reflected on it. Looking back at my behavior and the past, it was clearly wrong and it was an irresponsible behavior that betrayed the support that my fans have shown me for a long time." He apologizes again, and he goes on to say that he will make sure that something like this does not occur again, as he halts all activities to reflect on himself. "Lastly, I would like to apologize to the members, company staff, the many cooperative firms, and broadcasting personnel for causing an inconvenience," ending off with a last apology. So that's what the story is now. I mean, we can imagine that SM Entertainment considers this a big enough deal to halt all activities the day of something actually being released. So that is where the story is right now. We had some accusations made towards Lucas, a lot of fans thinking that it's completely fabricated, but ultimately an apology on the company's behalf and on the artist's behalf as well. So again, on one hand, we have fans who think this is completely fabricated, that SM Entertainment is forcing him to apologize even though he never did any of this stuff. Again, if you go on Twitter, you will see a bunch of people trying to debunk this. But on the other hand, we have fans who are saying that if these accusations truly were false, that SM Entertainment would have filed some type of lawsuit against these accusers. So definitely let me know in the comments down below where you stand on that. I did want to take a minute to briefly talk about idols and their personal lives. So this is just a point of discussion because it does bring up a very interesting question. If an idol is actually a bad person and it doesn't cross any legal lines, right? Is it really any of our business? Because you have to think about that. You know, we only know about certain things by chance. A lot of idols could probably be terrible people and we have no idea about it. Sometimes idols do bad things, like actually illegal, horrible things that are reprehensible. And of course, I think knowing about that and, you know, the victims and people being able to express their hardships or what they have been through, what they had to endure is totally valid. I did want to ask, however, where do we draw the line? From illegal to just plain scummy behavior, where would you personally draw the line? If your idol, this is a weird question to ask K-pop fans because I know the majority of people will be like, what do you mean? My idol did something bad? No, this doesn't exist in this realm that I live in. If your idol was simply a mean or bad person, would you stop supporting? If they were simply just scummy, if they were just, you know, an asshole, would you stop supporting? Because obviously those things don't cross any legal boundaries, right? Or do you think there's a certain level of privacy that really doesn't affect you as a fan? So long as it doesn't cross a specific ethical line, depending on where you view your ethics. I think it would be interesting because idols do have to maintain a certain image, and when that is brought into question, it can have a bad effect, but I've noticed it doesn't have the worst effect ever. I mean, if we take Irene for an example, you know, when she was called out for treating someone badly, everyone was against her. It was like a huge deal. But with Red Velvet's recent comeback, you know, I haven't really seen a lot of people talking about it. I mean, realistically, we have evidence of idols doing like actually terrible things and people still supporting those. So it's like, it's not surprising to me, but I would love to know where you stand personally. For me, it's a little weird. Like, I'll literally draw the line when an idol like even talks about money. I'm like, I can't do this. But then I try to ignore it because my faves are fucking billionaires and I'm trying to have a good time here. I don't know, kind of get it, kind of don't. Let me know what you think. That is basically it for this video. Thank you so much if you made it this far. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. These are the lovely individuals who help support my channel on a monthly basis. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. As for me, I'm gonna get going. Bye.